Hey, welcome back to Math with Patrick and Quill. Today is September 3rd, and we're solving problem number 246 from this Daily Epsilon calendar. And like all the other problems, the answer should be 3 today, because it matches today's date. So it looks like we're solving for x. X is r divided by s, and r and s are these exponents here that cause this equation to be true. And actually, both equations are basically the same. So it looks like we're going to get two different solutions to satisfy the same equation. And once we find those two solutions, we'll just know that r is the smaller solution. All right, let's try it out. I mean, initially it seems a little bit difficult because there's both this like exponential expression here and then another one with a negative exponent over there. Just dealing with the negative exponent for a sec, if we do something like, say, 3 to the power of negative 2, one way to think about negative exponents is that it just means to divide by 3 twice, because like this means multiply by 3 twice, so maybe it would make sense that a negative exponent would mean to divide by 3 twice. Another way to kind of think about negative exponents is that you could just get rid of it as long as you move stuff to the denominator, kind of like that. So that's how I'm going to initially get rid of that negative exponent there. I'll just move e to the power of r into the denominator. And I think next, I don't really like having e to the power of r here, so I'm just going to rename it. I'll just do a little bit of substitution right here, just so I don't have to worry about kind of a weird exponential expression, at least for a little bit. I also don't like having variables in the denominator, so I'm going to multiply both sides by a. That means I'll distribute the a to both of these terms, so I'll get a squared plus 16 equals 10a. And this is just a quadratic equation at this point. I'll subtract the 10a from both sides so that I can set it equal to 0. And then now I'm going to try to solve for a. Looks like I can factor this one. I think it's going to be a minus 8 and then a minus 2. The quick trick here is that the 8 and the 2 multiply to 16, and well, the negative 8 and negative 2. And then the negative 8 and negative 2 add to the negative 10. And then here I can see that if this value is 8, then 0 times 6 is still 0. So that tells me that a could be 8. And by a, I mean that's actually e to one of those exponents, right? It was either r or s. I'll hold off on that for a sec because I know that one's bigger than the other. I just forget which is which. A could possibly be 2. So maybe e to the power of something is equal to 2. And I know that this power just needs to be bigger than that one. And so since s is the larger number, e to the s is going to be equal to 8, and e to the r is equal to 2. To isolate these variables, we could just use a natural log. So this is the same thing as just saying the natural log of 8 is equal to s. I'm kind of unraveling it in my head as like the base is e, here is the exponent, and here is the answer 8. So I could also just say that the natural log of 2 is equal to r. Okay, and x is just r divided by s. Really? R is less than s. And then the smaller number is in the numerator? That's kind of strange. Shouldn't it be the bigger number is in the numerator? Because then we would have, like, here, I think it's supposed to be x is equal to s over r. And then I am reading this right? S is a larger number than r. Okay. I know that the natural log of 8 is bigger than the natural log of 2. X is going to be equal to ln 8 over ln 2. I'm going to use the change of base formula, but kind of in reverse. I know that if I had, say, log base 2 of 8, I could use the change of base formula here, where I could do log of 8 over log of 2. And I could pick actually any base I want, and these two things are going to be equal to each other. And so if I pick the base of e, I'm going to get exactly what I had before. So I could also think of this expression as equal to just log base 2 of 8. And then this asks how many 2's do I need to multiply to get to the number 8. and we just need 3, right? 2 times 2 is 4, times another 2 is 8. So S over R, the larger number over the smaller number, is 3 today. So I guess there's a slight typo in this problem, because yeah, any number that's smaller than another one, unless we're talking about negatives, would produce a number between 0 and 1. And so it makes no sense. We would need to either flip this sign right here, or we would need to flip this fraction S over R so that we get 3 today. So I guess a little mistake on the calendar's part. Not the first time that this has happened, but not too big of an error, I would say. Anyways, answer is 3. You can find it by kind of treating it like a quadratic, I suppose. I'm all done for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.